just getting started between Miami and Notre Dame. And if you don't know already, this is the Isaiah Wong show. He has put himself in elite company during this Miami winning streak. More than 20 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists again.
All these guys on this list went on to play for a paycheck at the next level. Isaiah Wong will be doing that as well, too. One of the best guards in college basketball. He is just such a difficult matchup. When we spoke to Mike Bray, he said, look, he's a guy that we're going to have great individual performances, whether it's man-to-man or zone. And Isaiah Wong is a big reason why Miami is off to such a great start.
He's always been a big-time shot maker, but the rebounds and the assist numbers, he has really added that to his game this year.
And when we spoke with Coach Larinaga before this game, he said that's the thing that really has impressed him the most. Everybody knows he can score, but you're absolutely right. He's making it easy for his teammates. But right there again, Notre Dame has another guy that can score as well, too. Dane Goodwin, that's twice now in this game. They posted up Dane Goodwin when he's had a smaller defender on him.
On defense, going with a 2-3 zone. Mike Bray usually playing a lot of man-to-man, and it's causing the Hurricane offense some troubles.
And this is what you would expect from a veteran team right here. Again, Goodwin has a size advantage. That's twice now in the post, that time with the left hand. And that's just great recognition by Notre Dame, realizing they have a matchup advantage. Break off your offense and put your guy down low in the block.
Going inside, mismatch. Pack did well just to deflect it away from Laszewski. Trailing 3, Nigel Pack, nothing but the bottom of the net. That's his second triple of the night.
Great secondary action out of the transition, and you're right, that's twice now Pack has hit that one deep, almost from the logo.
Miami has made their last 4 shots. A 5-point lead. Here's Marcus Hammond coming off a season-high 15 points. Swings it around to Trey Wirtz. Crossover. 2 on the timer. Off the window and in for 2.
That's a big-time move by Wirtz. A lot of contact. Great body control. And able to finish with the soft touch on the glass. And now, though, Notre Dame back into man-to-man. They went 3-2 zone a couple of times. Now they're back in man-to-man.
Scoring has not been the problem for Notre Dame this season. It's getting stops on defense. And Mike Bray still mixing and matching the defense, trying to figure out what's going to be the best recipe.
Yeah, this right here, again, that's just, again, that's not a bad closeout by Laszewski. That's a guy hitting a deep 3, but right here, this is a contested 2. Great body control by Wirtz, and we knew we were going to see high-level offense. Both these teams very good offensively. Notre Dame, one of the few teams in college basketball, they got 5 starters that average 10 or more, so they got a balanced offensive attack. And then on the other side, we talked about Isaiah Wong, but certainly this guy at the line, Miller, a great role player for this Miami team, relentless on the offensive glass. 2 well-coached teams.
Miller missed both foul shots, but in terms of field goals, these 2 have combined to make their last 7 shots red hot to start this game. Laszewski lost the handle. Miami dangerous in transition. Trailing 3, off the mark from Bensley Joseph.
That's a great block out by Ryan.
A lot of contact, no call. Cormac Ryan misses it. Battle for the board. Fell to Hammond, who puts it up and in. Marcus Hammond in perfect position, and Notre Dame cuts it to 1.
Defending ball screens, that was such an emphasis this morning in shoot-around for Notre Dame. Miami runs a lot of actions for their guards.
Wednesday college basketball doubleheader right here on ACC Network. It starts with number 17 Duke in Raleigh to take on NC State, and then Wake Forest against North Carolina. And the Tar Heels, everybody thought before the season they would run through the ACC, pick up right where they left off in March. Instead, with that loss to Pitt earlier this afternoon, they're now 1-2 in the ACC. That blows the conference wide open.
And give Pitt and Jeff Capel a lot of credit. I had a chance to call them in the challenge versus Northwestern. They looked really good. That's a huge win for Pitt at home. And certainly right now, you're absolutely right, a wide open ACC.
The officials are over at the monitor taking a look at the clock. Miami, a team that, again, 3-0 in ACC play on an 8-game winning streak right now. Jim Larrañaga must be looking at the ACC right now thinking, we can win this league.
I mean, a deep NCAA run last year. You can bring back a guy like Isaiah Wong. And I said it, look, two really well-coached teams, two guys, two of the best in the business. And the resumes speak for themselves. But back to your point about this Miami team, they have Isaiah Wong, and I said it, look, two really well-coached teams, two guys, two of the best in the business, and the resumes speak for themselves. But back to your point about this Miami team, they have got it rolling early. When we spoke to Coach L before this game, a little bit of a smile before we asked him.
We did get a smile.
We did get a little smile. But certainly he's pleased with where his team is at right now. The hot start, I think, obviously, to win versus Virginia, a very difficult team to beat, whether you're on the road or at home. And you got your star player really buying into being a facilitator. Isaiah Wong, we talked about it. Yes, he's a great scorer, but he's leading them in assists as well this year, becoming a complete player, playing the 1 and 2 position for Miami.
The officials still trying to figure out where the clock should be set. Was not running on the last possession. Gives Mike Bray a free timeout, if you will, to speak with his team. You know, everybody thought they're bringing back a three-headed monster in Cormac Ryan, Dane Goodwin, Nate Laszewski, but they lost a couple of key pieces as well. Really missing the explosiveness of Blake Wesley. Still trying to find their footing here. 13 games into the season, you're 0-2 in conference play. He told us we need this one here at home today.
Well, I tell you what, people need to pump the brakes. I mean, you lose a guy like Blake Wesley.
True.
That dude's playing for a paycheck last I checked in the NBA. He was pretty good. Obviously, it's going to take some time, but they are still, Notre Dame, a very dangerous team. I talked about their balanced attack. Certainly, they're going to be a tough out in the ACC.
Nigel Pack all the way to the rim. Ends a 2-minute and 30-second scoring drought for Miami. Pack has 8 of the Hurricanes' 16. Goodwin on the move. Lost the handle. And it's Miami basketball. These two teams just trading punches. Conference play here in South Bend. This one's setting up to be a great matchup. Under Mike Bray, usually one thing you can count on Notre Dame not doing is turning the ball over, and yet Huck, Miami's defense has already forced 5 turnovers.
And they've got 5 points off of those turnovers. They're doing a good job being active in the passing lanes, and then they're being opportunistic in transition, something you just don't see from these Mike Bray coach team. Credit Miami doing a good job of being active with their hands on defense versus Notre Dame.
I mean, there are 352 teams that play Division I basketball, and Notre Dame is 351st in turnovers, only 9.1 a game, second best in terms of keeping the ball safe, and 5 turnovers today. That's something you can't afford to do. Give Miami extra possessions, they will make you pay. Ryan from the corner, he hits it.
Coach Larrañaga shaking his head. That was key number 1. We asked him, keys defending Notre Dame. He said right at the top of the list, we must defend the 3-point line. That's excellent ball movement by Notre Dame, which led to a wide open 3 in the corner.
Four seconds to shoot. Joseph goes up with it. Notre Dame got a piece of it, and now the Irish can run in transition. Starling tried to find Ryan, miscommunication there, and another turnover.
Well, the only good thing about that turnover, it was not a live ball turnover, but certainly, again, something that Miami's doing a good job in the first half early on.
This is the Hurricanes' first game in 10 days since they got that top 10 win against Virginia. They were supposed to play on Wednesday night, but the game was canceled because Vermont, their scheduled opponent, had travel complications. So a long layoff. Here's Wong. Pack. He buries it. Nigel Pack with 11 of Miami's 21 to start this game.
And Isaiah Wong won't get assists for that, but if it was hockey, he would get the hockey assist. It started with the dribble drive baseline, and something Coach Bray was concerned about, getting beat off the dribble by these Miami guards. That's a great extra pass that led to another 3 for Pack.
Turnovers the story in this first half. 10 minutes in. Notre Dame already 7 turnovers. They only average 9 a game on the season. And yet, because they've knocked down some threes, only down by 5.
Well, here they are back in man-to-man. Notre Dame, they've shown zone early in the first half thus far.
What a great take. Norchad Omier, so physical. Makes Notre Dame pay.
And great recognition that time, passing out of the double team.
And now on the defensive end, Omier getting a piece of that. He's doing everything for Miami. And the extra pass. Miami starting to roll. Timeout, Mike Bray. The Hurricanes leading by 9.
Right now, Miami has got it rolling. They're up 25-16 in the first half.
Jimmy, my man up there, we are not going to stop chasing the dream of raising dollars in your dream. Jimmy's dream was to beat cancer.
You look up not giving up in the dictionary, a picture of my wife would be there.
You're one of the strong ones, okay? Just remember that.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Miami on a 7-0 run, and it's Nigel Pack leading the way.
What a huge pickup for Coach Lernig and staff. Getting it going early from the 3-point line right here in transition. Great body control and finish. And then this right here is, I think, where he is going to create problems for opposing teams. His ability to dribble, drive, and then raise up through contact early on. He has gotten it going for Miami. I think, though, the big problem for Notre Dame, turnovers. They've had issues taking care of the ball, and Miami has made them pay.
Well, it's not just Nigel Pack on the offensive end. He's already tied a season high with 3 steals today. Leszewski through contact, count it, plus the foul for Nate Leszewski battling down low.
Great work by Nate Leszewski on the offensive glass right here. Grown man move, offensive rebound and putback. And we had a chance to speak with his prep coach, John Carroll. He just raves about how much he's progressed under Mike Bray and at Notre Dame, and that's the thing he talked about. He said he's a man now. Obviously, he's played a lot of games for Notre Dame, and the added strength that time shown on that last offensive rebound putback.
Now Mike Bray's defense showing some pressure.
I like this change-up, little 3/4 court pressure. Try to slow Miami down and get them a little later in the shot clock.
Norchad Omier. Miller trying to split defenders. Offensive foul. Cormac Ryan putting the body on the line.
The change. We talked about it in the tip. These two coaches, two of the best in the business. The change-up of defense by Notre Dame really bothered Miami, forcing a turnover in that situation right there.
Now low to Dane Goodwin. He scored twice in the post already today. Goodwin, the blow by. Hesitates, puts it up, left it short.
That's great team rebounding by Miami. That time Omer comes up with a defensive board.
Wong has been quiet, held scoreless so far, but his team on top by 6. 10 seconds to shoot. Poplar decides to fire. Starling got a piece of it.
Best defensive possession of the game thus far for Notre Dame. Closeouts all around, and then they get a tip on a deep 3.
Now can they cash in on the other end? Yes! Right on the money, Trey Wirtz. Timeout, Miami. Notre Dame has made their last 3 from 3. It's a 6-0 Irish run, and when they start hitting threes, watch out. This Notre Dame team is dangerous. Just a 3-point game. Losing streak, so I joked. Any call in the stocking? No. Everybody had a great time, and you know, good for team bonding as well. A good reset during this kind of holiday Christmas break that everybody gets.
And coaches often talk about that. Students away. Sometimes that's the best time to have those type of moments where it's just basketball. Exams are over, they're there, but certainly it was nice for them to get a little break and get over to the Braves and celebrate Christmas.
Not everybody can be the Huckabee family that spends Christmas in Hawaii at the Diamond Head Classic.
Wait, I was just waiting for you to throw that one in there. You know, throwing shots already. But certainly, though, early on, Coach Bray has to be happy with how his team has fought back in this one. Miami was trying to push this thing to double digits. Now they're right within striking distance. Missed opportunity, though, that time by Miami. Great set play out of that timeout.
Cormac Ryan with a chance to tie it and misses it. You keep giving Notre Dame open looks like that, though, they will make you pay. And
that's something Coach Bray talked about. He said, look, if we're going to win this game, we got to make those open shots early on. They've missed those to go along with the turnovers. Story of the game early on, Miami 12 points off of turnovers.
Wong had a step on Starling, couldn't finish it. Isaiah Wong still scoreless in this first half. We've showed you the historic numbers he's putting up this season. Did not expect him to have such a slow start. Battle for the ball. Miami has it. It's a 3-on-1. Beverly lost the handle, and Notre Dame bailed out.
And bailout, you're absolutely right. Again, another turnover by Notre Dame. They had a 3-on-1 opportunity here. Missed opportunity for Miami. A good, though, transition recovery by Wirtz that time to come up with the turnover.
Notre Dame already 8 turnovers. They only average 9 a game on the season. And yet only down by 3. Laszewski goes baseline, rejected at the rim. Norchad Omer, full steam ahead. Wong, pump fake, step back 3. Can't knock it down. Both of these teams leaving open shots on the table.
I think that's living dangerously, though. Again, both these teams do not want to leave guys that wide open. That's a break, though, for Notre Dame. Isaiah Wong, another wide open look from 3. Unable to convert.
Miami in a 3-minute, 30-second scoring drought, and Notre Dame has cashed in on it. It's an 8-0 Irish run after that Van Allen Lubin bucket. And now the crowd comes alive for the first time today at Purcell Pavilion.
Look at the spacing by Notre Dame. They have some of the best offensive spacing in college basketball. That time, the slip of the screen. Beautiful pinpoint passing by Wirtz that time.
4 minutes scoreless for Miami. Norchad Omer can't end that run. Gets his own rebound, and now an opportunity at the foul line.
He is relentless, Jay, on the offensive glass. Notre Dame, again, back in that 3-2 zone. One area of concern is blocking out.
What an incredible story Norchad Omier is. A Nicaragua native. He is the first person from Nicaragua to attend a Division I school on a basketball scholarship. He was just named by the Olympic Committee the nation's top player. There are his proud parents accepting the award. Here at Purcell Pavilion before the game, there were 2 people with a Nicaragua flag. He means so much to that nation, and he carries that pride when he plays with such energy and passion.
And it's easy to see why he's one of the best offensive rebounders in college basketball. That pride and passion, Coach L said, this guy is just relentless in his personality. Everybody that's around him really enjoys being around that young man. Huge pickup for Miami.
Yeah, great story aside, he is an excellent basketball player, Sun Belt Player of the Year, Arkansas State transfer, and he has made a huge impact on both ends of the floor, defensively but also offensively. And Jim Larrañaga said there's not a lot of guys who can guard a 7-footer and then switch and guard a shooting guard, and he can do that. He's that versatile defensively.
And that's the reason why they've had such a hot start, and I think a big reason why it's been disruptive with this Notre Dame team defensively. They can do a lot of things, and they're very active in the passing lanes.
One issue is foul trouble, and he's picked up a second foul, so comes out of the game. Miami clinging to a 1-point lead. They led as many as 9 in this first half. Here's Jordan Miller, lost the handle. Here comes Notre Dame.
Jim Larrañaga is furious on the sideline. He is going at the ref. He felt there was a lot of contact on that last play with Miller. No call.
Very rarely see him animated over on that sideline, too. It takes a lot to get him going. Here's Goodwin. He's been so dominant in the paint. That's a goaltend. Tell you what, you don't want to be posted up on the block with Dane Goodwin.
And the reason why that's happening, Notre Dame has 5 guys out on the court that can shoot the ball. And this position plays 4. Great job of spacing. They're just isolating a Goodwin down low, and his footwork in the paint, that's just big time right there. Again, they just continue to isolate him in the post when they have a matchup that favors him.
That gives Notre Dame the lead. It's an 11-1 Irish run. Miami has made a free throw, but they're without a field goal for the last 5 minutes and 17 seconds. How do they spark this offense back to life?
They got to figure out the zone. Good job by Mike Bray changing up defenses. Right now, this 3-2 zone has really slowed down this Miami team. They have to get somebody into the foul line area and then play from there. See if they can get it into that high post area.
Deep 3, Nigel Pack, it goes begging. He's been the hot hand with 13 points, half of Miami's scoring, but misses that one in the scoreless stretch. Now extends to 5 minutes and 30 seconds without a made field goal. Stripped away, Isaiah Wong has it.
It's been impressive early on how active Miami has been.
Isaiah Wong, count it, plus the foul. How did that go in through contact? He went coast to coast. Miami has the lead, and Wong can make it a 3-point play when we come back. Take another look. Wow. Well, it was a quiet first half for Isaiah Wong, and then this happened.
He's one of the most difficult shot makers in college basketball. We've seen this time and time again. Isaiah Wong, it doesn't make a difference how good of defense you play right here. Degree of difficulty off the charts. And that's why that guy is going to be playing for a paycheck when he leaves Miami. I mean, it's just really, that's not bad defense right there by Notre Dame. That's just a guy that making an individual play.
Wong's first points of the day. Now a chance to make it a 3-point play, and he does. And Miami's first field goal in 6 minutes. Been a back-and-forth game here at South Bend, a game that Notre Dame is desperate to win, 0-2 in conference play. Both losses by just a single point, so just as easily they could be 2-0.
Watch how active Miami is with their hands. They've created a lot of turnovers.
Right on cue. Wong strips it away. That's the easiest call of the day. Is J.J. Starling is like a bowl game. Went for the tackle. It sends Isaiah Wong right back to the foul line.
And that's the story right now for Notre Dame. They're trailing by 2, but if they cut the turnovers, they'd be okay. Right now, though, Miami winning, dominating the turnover game. 14 points off of turnovers for Miami.
Every Sunday afternoon, we've got women's basketball right here on ACC Network. This week, the game started at noon Eastern, but we want to preview Sunday, January 8th. So next Sunday, 2 o'clock, Pittsburgh against Louisville at 2, and then a top 15 matchup, Notre Dame against North Carolina at 4. Sunday afternoon, women's basketball right here on ACC Network. Miami now with 17 points off turnovers. More than half of their scoring have come off Notre Dame turnovers.
And it's really so uncharacteristic of this Notre Dame team. We've talked about it. They're one of the best in the country coming into this game with fewest turnovers.
That should have been a shot clock violation. It never hit the rim.
I think the refs are going to take a look or discuss whether or not it hit the rim.
I don't think it did. Yeah, and now they have the right call. Shot clock violation. Miami basketball, Hurricanes leading by 4.
Now Notre Dame changing up defenses again. Again, Mike Bray and staff, they've done a nice job switching defenses. Right now, 3-quarter court pressure, try to slow Miami down, and then now they're going to drop back into that 3-2 matchup zone that has given Miami some problems.
Great pass. Jordan Miller rolls around, doesn't drop. And he commits the foul, a frustration foul after failing to score. So Miami team playing some great basketball on an 8-game winning streak, 3-0 in ACC play, up to number 14 in the rankings, which is the Hurricanes' highest ranking since 2017.
Jay, on that last possession, that's pretty good zone offense by Miami. I talked about it. They need to continue to attack that area that they did the last possession, right in the high post foul line area. Flash a big or a wing, and then play from there.
Under 2 minutes left to this first half. Leszewski pops out for a 3 and connects.
Well, one of the quickest releases in college, and he's such a difficult matchup playing the 4 or 5 for Notre Dame. You have to be there on the catch. If not, he is going to make you pay.
J.J. Starling thought he got it cleanly away from Anthony Walker. Instead, a foul called. Take another look at this Leszewski 3.
And look at the quick release right here. If you're not there on the catch, it's too late. High release. And he's another guy, I think, certainly will find a place afterwards to play, whether it's in the league or overseas. He is that good.
Tried to get creative on the inbounds pass. Everything but the finish, and now a foul called.
That's just a heads-up play. Out of bounds underneath. The defender had his back to him, so he just threw it off his back. Missed the shot, but teammate picked him up, Miller, and was able to get to the free throw line.
Miami just one of their last 9, and Anthony Walker misses the front end of that 1-and-1. Yet the Hurricanes still a 1-point lead. Cormac Ryan trying to change that. Draws the foul. Now he'll get 1-and-1.
And Cormac Ryan does a really nice job using the shot fake. Again, because you have to honor him on the three-point line, he's a guy that has a lot of times defenders running out at him. That's a nice use of the shot fake that time. Dribble drive. Now he finds himself at the free throw line.
Makes the front end and now can give Notre Dame the lead here right before halftime.
Notre Dame, not a team you want to put on the free throw line. They're one of the better free throw shooting teams in the country. Close to 80% as a team. Let's see how Miami attacks this 3-2 zone. They got to get somebody.
Tried to heave it up to Isaiah Wong. Dane Goodwin read it beautifully. Now calling for it. Goodwin gets it. Straight to the rack. Up and in for 2. Dane Goodwin fires Notre Dame in front by 3. It's a 7-0 Irish run right before halftime. Wong trying to quiet the crowd. And a foul call. Trey Wirtz thought he got all ball. So did the Notre Dame bench.
But this is great recognition by Dane Goodwin. That's a set play by Miami trying to get a lob for Isaiah Wong. And then Dane Goodwin, body control on point. And that's a beautiful finish.
Notre Dame fans here at Purcell Pavilion livid that Wong got to the foul line. He converts on both foul shots. Shot clock is off. 15 seconds remaining of this first half. Been back and forth. Not much to give in this ACC contest. Kick to the corner. Hammond to 3. Left it short. Wong doesn't get the shot off. Miami, their 8-game winning streak in jeopardy here in South Bend. Mike Bray's team, a terrific first half, overcame some turnovers. 1-point lead.
The 3-2 zone problematic. Obviously for Miami, you're disappointed you're down. Notre Dame right within this one.
Our halftime report is with the ACC PM crew. They are live from South Florida, getting ready for the Capital One Orange Bowl. The ACC Huddle Show will be there after our triple header as well. Let's get you down to Miami. Dame leading number 14 Miami by 1. Malcolm Huckabee, Jay Alter with you. Who stood out to you in that first half?
Well, for Notre Dame, it was Dane Goodwin. Notre Dame did a nice job isolating him down low in the post. When he had smaller opponents on them, he made them pay. Right here, again, break off your offense, let him use his size advantage and go down low in the block. Again, matchup they like, put him down low in the block. This one right here, great body control by Dane Goodwin. He was efficient in that first half, and when he didn't score, he kicked it out when Miami came down and doubled.
Hasn't been in terrific form over the last 5 games. Just a little more than 6 points a game, already 8 in that first half. He's been the difference for Notre Dame. Now, Miami looked like they were about to pull away, led by 9, 25-16, and then Notre Dame ended the first half outscoring the Hurricanes 18-8. They begin this second half with the ball and a 1-point lead. Trying to go right to the rim. Falls to Wong. Miscommunication between Wong and Nigel Pack. And it'll stay with Miami. Ball underneath the Hurricanes. Miami clearly out of sorts of the final 10 minutes of that first half, and yet only down by 1. They played far from their best, especially on the offensive end.
Well, the thing that really gave them the lead, the turnovers that they were able to create, as we take a look at Isaiah Wong.
And with that bucket, he becomes the 11th Miami Hurricane to score 1,500 points in his career. Incredible achievement.
One of the best guards in college basketball, Isaiah Wong. It's not even debatable. He is that good.
Lecheski open for 3. Doesn't drop.
That's a clean look. Mike Gray will live with that.
Wong on the move again. He's so crafty. Gets into the lane and makes you pay. Back-to-back buckets for Isaiah Wong.
You knew he was not going to stay quiet. Quiet first half for Isaiah Wong. He comes out in the second. First 2 buckets for Miami.
Shot clock winding down. 5 on the timer. Wirtz trying to spin his hands free. Gets it to go. That's a tough take. Answers right back.
And Notre Dame's going to have that. Right now, Miami's staying home on the shooter. So anytime there's a dribble drive, Miami wings, they're not helping because they have to respect the 3-point shooting of Notre Dame. And I like this change up with defense right here by Notre Dame. Go to the 2-3 matchup zone.
Wong passes out of the zone. Rolls off the rim for Miller, but he'll get 2 at the line.
Jay, that's the adjustment that Miami made in the first half. They had problems with the 3-2 and 2-3 matchup zone. You have to get the ball into that high post, short post area. That time, excellent zone offense by Miami.
Well, while Miami is on the road here in South Bend, ACC Network is in Miami. Get you set for the Orange Bowl. Total coverage, 2-hour pregame show with the ACC Huddle crew, then Skycast right here on ACC Network. What a great vantage point that is, flying overhead for every play. And after the game, stick around, the ACC Huddle postgame show. They are down at Miami, ready to rock between Clemson and Tennessee. Notre Dame, by the way, about to kick off in a bowl game, 3:30 Eastern time on ESPN. They're in the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl against South Carolina.
Look at the spacing for Notre Dame. They have great spacing in their half-court sets.
Omier gets all of that one. Like a volleyball player spiking it down. So good. What a great addition to this Miami team, Norchad Omier.
He was a Sun Belt Defensive Player of the Year last year to go along with Player of the Year of that league.
Wirtz lets it fly off the mark.
Let's see how Miami attacks this 3-2 zone now.
They go right to the elbow with Nigel Pack. Got a good look, and I don't know who got a touch on that. Omier and Miller both flying to the glass.
And the adjustment by Miami, big time. The zone offense right now, they are getting quality looks. Those weren't there in the first half. You can see the adjustment by Coach Larinaga and staff, getting that ball into that mid-post area.
Wirtz goes baseline. Tried to get the ball out to Nate Lecheski and couldn't quite do it. Miami's defense is really dialed in to start this second half.
And that really was the start of this game. We talked about it, the points off of turnovers. 17 for Miami in that first half. They did a really nice job creating the offense with their defense.
Notre Dame now 13 turnovers for a team that only averages 9 a game. Poplar, pull up pop, and he
basic basketball. Beautiful jump stop jumper. That's great footwork by Poplar.
Notre Dame desperate for a bucket. Miami now a 6-point lead. Ripped away, Jordan Miller, another turnover. Cross-court pass finds Poplar. The blow-by. Cormac Ryan did well to recover. Nigel Pack, straightaway three. Rattles in and out, no good. All the way up to the freshman. Wong's there to rip it away. Miami's defense is so good, causing a 15th turnover. And now the Hurricanes a 6-point lead on the road at Notre Dame, trying to stay perfect at ACC play. Notre Dame, it's all about the turnovers right now. The Irish have already committed a season-high 15 turnovers in this game.
And credit Miami. They've been active in the passing lane with their arms and hands. Right here, the great team defense. Isaiah Wong coming up with another steal for Miami. And Coach Larinaga has to be pleased with his team's defense in this game.
His ability to create a defense that turns the opposition over. And not just turn them over, but live ball turnovers that lead to points. Miami has 21 points off turnovers, half of their scoring. And now a 7-point lead.
And I think back to your earlier point about personnel. You look at the pickup of Norshat Omer, his ability to switch 1 through 5 on ball screens, but then his length and activity in the passing lanes is a big reason why they've had this early season success.
It's never a good sign for a team when they've committed more turnovers than made baskets. And Notre Dame 15 turnovers, 14 made field goals. Here's Goodwin. That's his spot. Master of the mid-range. He's up to 10 points on the afternoon.
And he's one of those guys that can score with the best of them. He does it in a quiet way. That's just great footwork that time, coming off the screen. No help by Miami.
Pack contested three, and it goes. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Nigel Pack. He has 16 points to his name.
He was huge to start this game off, was quiet in between. That's another deep three by Nigel Pack.
Hammond fails to answer. Notre Dame starting to press a little bit as Miami grows the lead to 9. Hammond contested three, and that one he buries. Marcus Hammond drills the corner three, and Notre Dame makes it a 2-possession game.
Nice little dribble drive and dish out to the wing by Cormac Ryan.
Here's Jordan Miller, the lefty. Does well to cradle it back to his left hand to finish inside.
And that's been the difference from the first half to the second half. They're attacking that zone. They can't do it any better. Get it to that high post, and then they're playing from there, trying to get Notre Dame out of the zone.
Inside to the freshman, Van Allen Lubin. Great footwork to finish that one. These two teams trading punches. Both so talented on the offensive end. Offense taking over right now. Omer pulls out of it, puts it in. Norchad Omer fighting through traffic. Restores Miami's 8-point lead.
Last season, he averaged close to 5 offensive rebounds per game. You must turn and block him out anytime on the defensive glass.
He has 3 offensive rebounds today, 7 rebounds total. 5 seconds to shoot. Goodwin into attack mode, spins in the lane, and knocks it down. Dane Goodwin willing Notre Dame offensively right now.
He's got some of the best footwork coming off those little pin downs into the lane. He'll turn around. Excellent footwork. So fundamentally sound, Dane Goodwin.
Rims out from Nigel Pack. Notre Dame in their last 7 games, 68 made threes, most of any Power 5 program, but their record 3 wins, 4 losses. The threes aren't necessarily converting into wins. Could use a triple here, and they get it. Count it, plus the foul. Could be a 4-point play for Marcus Hammond.
Well, this is all set up. Look at the spacing by Notre Dame. Little ball fake by Dane Goodwin to the cutter, and then the kick out cross-court pass. That's a beautiful offense by Notre Dame. And just like that, a chance to cut this thing to 2.
What a spark Marcus Hammond has been in this second half. A quiet first half, but already 6 points on 2 big threes. Coming off that season high 15 points on Tuesday night against Jacksonville. When Hammond was out hurt as he completes the 4-point play, Mike Brey was only playing 6 guys. So to add a 7th in Hammond has been a big boost. And with that 4-point play, the Miami lead is down to 2.
And Notre Dame stays in the 3-2 matchup zone.
Inside to Miller. Goodwin draped all over him. Lubin gets a piece of it. 7 seconds to shoot. Here's Nigel Pack. Kick out. A 3. No good. Notre Dame has made their last 4 shots. Wirtz in attack mode. 2 really good looks. Couldn't get it to go. Long lost his footing. Travel.
Well, right now, Notre Dame showing some great offensive spacing. Hammond with the huge 3. And Notre Dame right on bay.
6-0 run to cut the Miami lead to 2.
And Dane Goodwin has been huge, but the spacing for Notre Dame right here, a little ball fake, and then excellent offensive spacing leads to a 4-point play opportunity. And that's been the story for Notre Dame. Jay, as you take a look at the balance they have, one of the few teams in college basketball that has 5 starters averaging double digits. And it's been that type of night tonight as well, too. Pretty balanced for this Notre Dame team.
And you add Marcus Hammond off the bench, just made that huge 4-point play. He's up to 9 points on the night. Here's Goodwin. Great hesitation. Now through the lane. Hangs on the rim, doesn't drop. Not much to separate these 2 teams in the middle of a 3-game triple header on ACC Network. We just saw Pitt knock off North Carolina. The ACC wide open this season come conference play. Miami trying to stay perfect in league play. Nigel Pack, he can't deliver the 3.
And that was not a good possession by Miami. Not much ball movement, and then the end result, a deep contested 3.
Starling's been quiet, only 2 points for the freshman, and he leaves that one short.
Miami has to get back to how they were attacking this zone. Get somebody to that foul line area. There you go.
Passing out of that foul line area, and it leads to a 3. Nigel Pack drills another one. His 5th made 3 of the afternoon.
And that's what the adjustment was for Miami coming out of the second half. Get the ball to that foul line area and either let your big go to work or pass out of it for some open looks.
And a turnover the other way. Now 16 for Notre Dame, a season high, as Nigel Pack's day continues to be explosive.
And that one is better than the previous. Again, ball movement. The ball went left to right, get it to the foul line, and then a kick out to the wing. A much better offensive possession that time by Miami.
And that 3 ended a 3-minute scoring drought for Miami. A Hurricanes team that can beat you so many ways. Big reason why they're having such success this season. Omier underneath. Tough take from Norchad Omier, and Miami restores a 7-point lead.
And they're picking apart that zone now. Again, simple zone offense. It's open in the middle, and that's going to force Notre Dame and Mike Brey into a decision. Do you stay zone or go man?
Cormac Ryan needed that three. He was wide open, couldn't connect. Miller picking Notre Dame apart right now. Jordan Miller, whether he's passing or scoring, now a chance to give Miami their largest lead of the afternoon.
Well, you can't do it any better. Again, it might sound simplistic, it might sound repetitive, but the middle's wide open, and they're finding that middle spot, and then they're playing from there. That time, Miller with the easy left-hand finish and one, and it's just beautiful textbook zone offense by Miami.
Miami has made their last 3 shots. Jordan Miller misses the foul shot, but still a 7-0 run for the Hurricanes. A lot more breathing room, and Notre Dame needs an answer. Can they get one from Hammond? No, off the mark. They've missed their last 6 shots. Just as they got it to 2, they've fallen quiet on the offensive end. Right back to Miller. Beverly down the lane. Keeps it alive to Omier, who puts it up and in. An 11-point lead for Miami.
Once Omier gets the ball in his hands, you are not ripping it from him. He has got the strongest, really good set of hands, and he catches everything that is thrown to him and able to go through contact and finish.
A 9-0 Miami run to blow this game open. Hammond counted plus the foul. Notre Dame needed that. And now Nate Leschewski and Dane Goodwin checking back into the game for the Irish.
Well, that's a huge move for the Niagara transfer, Marcus Hammond. And, Coach Brey talked about the importance of having him back in the lineup. He was huge off the bench in their last outing, 15 points. And that right there, great finish through contact.
Ends a 4-minute scoring drought for Notre Dame. Hammond completes the 3-point play. 8-point game with 8 minutes to play. Miami trying to stay perfect in ACC play, continue an 8-game winning streak here on the road. Notre Dame has beaten the Hurricanes in their last 4 meetings. They're turning up the pressure defensively. Rolls out to Bensley Joseph. Nobody picks him up. Scoop to the hoop. An easy layup for Bensley Joseph.
And because Miami's done such a good job attacking the zone, that time Notre Dame in man-to-man on defense.
Miami's made their last 5 shots. Ryan trying to answer from 3. That's off the mark.
Coach Larranaga basically telling his guys, slow it down. No need for us to be in a rush in this situation.
Norchad Omier draws the foul. He'll be at the foul line when we come back as Miami starting to separate.
Well, this right here, just a beautiful offense by Miami, attacking this Notre Dame defense, stretching their lead out.
There was not much to separate these 2 teams. It was 51-49, and then Jim Larranaga and Miami exploded, an 11-3 run, and you've come to expect this from Jim Larranaga team in 2022. First-time Naismith Hall of Fame nominee. He's entering the University of Miami Sports Hall of Fame. Takes a team that was a double-digit seed to the Elite 8, and now off to a 12-1 start in this season.
I'm not sure why anybody would bet against this guy. And you know, back to that graphic, I mean, he's the only coach in college basketball history to have 100+ conference wins in 3 different leagues. I mean, he has done it all. Everywhere he has gone, all he has done is win.
Well, it's his first time on the ballot, and he should be a no-brainer into the Hall of Fame. We call him a Hall of Famer even though he's not technically in yet.
Right now, though, Notre Dame hanging around again. Dane Goodwin having himself a really good game. He's showing off that great footwork after he gets into the paint.
Notre Dame needs a stop, though. Can't get one. Beverly right to the rack. Goodwin left open from the corner. Can't connect. Those are the ones Notre Dame has left on the table today.
You cannot ask for a better look. That's just a breakdown. And Coach Larinaga ready to jump through the roof, leaving Dane Goodwin that wide open. Just unable to connect. Nobody within 5 feet of him on that three-pointer. That's just a missed opportunity.
Jordan Miller connects. Plus contact. That's now 7 straight makes for Miami as they have blown this game wide open.
And it hasn't made a difference. Zone or man, Miami has had an answer. Again, textbook, middle of that zone, flash somebody there, and Miller again showing off the touch. It's all set up, though, by really good post-entry passes from the top of the key right there against this zone by Notre Dame.
And we talk about in-game adjustments. That's the in-game adjustment. Leszewski, much needed 3, and he buries it. Notre Dame picking up full court now. Right back to Miller. This has been the kryptonite for Notre Dame. Left it short. Hammond rips down the rebound. Cross-court pass finds Goodwin. Goodwin loses the handle. Beverly keeps it in bounds. Joseph transition 3. And it's Notre Dame ball.
And really one of the few poor decisions. Coach Larinaga talking to Joseph about that. No need for a 3 in that situation. Again, if you have a wide open layup, that's one thing. But obviously with a double-digit lead right now, 5:11 to go, you want to run some clock in that situation. One of the few poor decisions in this last 5-minute stretch for Miami.
Especially when they've been so good in their set offense. No need to push in transition. Jordan Miller, once they start getting the ball to him at the elbow, this game is blown from a 2-point game to now an 11-point lead. Leszewski lost the handle on his way to the rim. Off Miami, so it'll stay Notre Dame ball. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Ball underneath their own hoop. Good time to remind you that coming up after us, Clemson, NC State, and then over to the Orange Bowl for some pregame coverage of Clemson and Notre Dame. We've got the ACC studio crew live in Miami. Really looking forward to that one.
Right now, Miami going to run some clock.
Fading away, Bensley Joseph misfires again. Offensive rebound, keeps the ball with Miami. Jim Larinaga screaming to slow it down, use this clock.
And that's a heads-up play by Miller. Again, not shooting that one. Could have easily tried to jack that back up.
Pack weaving through Notre Dame, gets the layup. Nigel Pack having his best game in a Miami uniform, up to 21 points. Notre Dame running out of time. Step back 3. Hammond can't connect. And a 13-point Miami lead. This was just a 2-point game a couple of minutes ago. But the Hurricanes all on top of Notre Dame, looking to improve to 13-1. This was a 2-point game with 10 minutes to play. Miami outscoring Notre Dame 19-8. Big reason why Norchad Omier is dominated down low.
3 offensive rebounds, 1 right there. His ability to keep plays alive, and he's got great footwork and touch around the basket. What a huge pickup for Jim Larrañaga and this Miami team.
We told you in the first half what Notre means to his home country of Nicaragua. First person from that nation to attend a Division I school on a basketball scholarship, as Pat called for a carry.
Yeah, and just careless right there, but back to Norchad Omer, what he's meant to this team. Obviously, we talked about him getting his 1,000th point, and but for me, I think his impact defensively, in particular on the defensive glass, really has been huge. The 16 points, though, that's just a bonus. Him giving them great offensive production.
Notre Dame back against the wall, trailing by 13. Shot clock down to 3. Wirtz has to heave. Can't hit. And a foul called against Omer. So it'll stay Notre Dame ball. And at this point, great 3-point shooting team, one of the best in the nation, only shooting 31% today. If you're the Irish, you just have to heave threes. Cormac Ryan does just that and connects.
3-10. Listen, the way Notre Dame shoots the ball, this game is not close to being over with. They're obviously going to have to string together some stops. Isaiah Wong ready to check in for Miami, and Jim Larrañaga said, I am not going to wait any longer, but they're still up 10 Miami.
Away from escaping South Bend with a road win in the ACC. They'd moved to 13-1 on the season, 4-0 in conference play. And you could argue, especially with North Carolina slipping up again at Pitt earlier today, they're the front runners to win the regular season title.
I think, and also we talked about it earlier, a team that is looking like they are ready for another deep NCAA tournament run.
Went to the Elite 8 last March as a double-digit seed. What a 2022 it has been for Miami, and they're very well on their way to ending it with a win. Back against the wall time for Notre Dame. Trey Wirtz delivers. 8-point game with 2:25 left. Full court pressure. Miami refuses to be sped up. Going to use all of this shot clock to protect this 8-point lead. Here's Isaiah Wong. Draws the foul. Neither team in the bonus.
And why Isaiah Wong is so good at manipulating ball screens. Mike Bray talked about that, how the Miami guards, in particular Wong, will snake ball screens just like that right there. If the big is not there and solid in their ball screen coverage, they will either split screens or get to the basket or draw fouls.
In crunch time, it's the Isaiah Wong show. He is fouled hard. Quiet day for him, though. Only 11 points to his name.
And that's what Coach Bray was talking about right there. That's a great example of a guard snaking ball screens. People that aren't familiar with that, he'll come off a ball screen, look like he's going to stretch it out, and then he'll just split right in between 2 defenders and get down to the lane. And he is so shifty. Big reason why he is right at the top of the list for Player of the Year in the ACC.
A perfect 7 for 7 from the foul line today. And Notre Dame could say they did a decent job on Isaiah Wong. Just 3 of 9 shooting, but just didn't get enough stops. Under 2 minutes to go. You expect the threes to really start flying now. Krzyzewski can't get the hands free. Goes through the lane and misses it. Isaiah Wong runs past everybody off the window and in, sealing it himself.
I mean, that explains his shiftiness right there. You think you got him in the backcourt. He just drives down and then cuts through defenders and able to finish in traffic.
And Miami so dialed in defensively, forced Notre Dame into a season-high 17 turnovers. Scored more than 30 points off those turnovers, and they left no doubt here at South Bend. This is an impressive second half.
Well, I think what is impressive about this, you talked about Isaiah Wong. He didn't have his best game tonight, still put up double digits, but I think the balance they have, Nigel Pack was huge. Certainly, though, this was a lot closer. A lot of people are going to look at this score and say, all right, it's a double digit thing, but Notre Dame had this thing within 2.
Led at halftime, but then yeah, it was 51-49 with 10 minutes left of this second half. The Irish will fall to 0-3 in conference play. Miami improves to 4-0. And if you didn't believe Miami was a contender in the ACC before, this is an impressive road win, especially after a 10-day layoff. They are 100% for real.
I think the balance that they have, and for me, knew Isaiah Wong was going to be big time, but to pick up Nigel Pack and then Norshad Omer, for me, that's the big one right there, providing that inside presence for Miami. They are a very balanced team, solid defensively, and then offensively, you know they're going to score points.
Final score, Miami 76, Notre Dame 65. Miami's first win against Notre Dame since February 2019. Off to a 13-1 start. They stay perfect, 4-0 in the ACC. And we're joined now by Miami head coach Jim Larrañaga.